Yes.
All right, good evening. I'd like to call
Unless
the
there's-
Village of Hales Park meeting of Monday, July 2022 to order. Will the clerk please call the roll? The village manager and the clerk's.
In the clerk's absence, I've been asked to call rolls tonight. Commissioner Polk.
Present.
Commissioner Milovich Walters.
Present.
Commissioner Wade.
Present.
Commissioner Reed. Mayor Mahoney.
Here, thank you. No, he's not. Okay. I'd like us all to stand to pledge allegiance to the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So we have in your packets this evening, the draft of the minutes from our previous meeting on June 27th. Any questions, comments? If not, I receive the motion to approve said minutes at this time.
So moved.
Second.
Hearing a motion in a second, will the manager please call the roll?
Commissioner Polk.
Yep.
Commissioner Milovich Walters.
Yes.
Commissioner Wade.
Yes.
Mayor Mahoney.
Yes, and motion carries. We have a recognition, an important one this evening, and that is to proclaim August 21st, 2022 to September 17th, 2022 as Palos Park Women's 120th Anniversary Month. And I'm going to read this proclamation. And I know we have, I believe, Women's Club members in the audience. And you said members want to speak after I read the proclamation. There's no requirement to, I just wanted to give you the opportunity in case you did. So I'm going to read this proclamation. Whereas on August 21st, 1902, the Palos Park Women's Club was founded for the betterment of the Palos community with 33 women forming the original membership. Whereas the club celebrates its 120th anniversary on August 21st, 2022. Whereas the story of the Palos Park Women's Club runs through the annals of Palos Park, and whereas through its early years, the Women's Club was actively involved in promoting the child labor law, the suffragette movement, and concerns about better schools and higher education. And whereas in November 1927, the Palos Park Women's Club held an estate sale with proceeds to be used for the Palos Park Library, supported the library in the 1930s, operated the library from 1942 through 1945 until it was transferred to the Village of Palos Park, and continues to support the library to this day. Whereas in the 1930s, the club raised funds for a new community house, which became the Village Hall and is known today as the Recreation Center, sponsored its modern kitchen and its update in March 1976, and donated the portico behind the building in 1999. Whereas through their continued support, the Women's Club honors our village by supporting veterans, high school students with scholarships, our recreation center, police department, fire district, Palos police cadets, hosts the community annual blood drive, and serves as a sponsor and participant in Autumn in the Park Festival. Whereas the Women's Club has always been influencers for the quality of life that strengthens our community at large through their continued monetary support and in-kind contributions to the Palos Historical Society, the Center, the South Suburban Crisis Center, Palos Township, McCord Gallery and Cultural Center, and a number of international organizations. Whereas the list of achievements is too long to recite, these women of the Palos Park Women's Club, past and present, who have served this community for 120 years and will continue to do so. Therefore, be it resolved that I, John Mahoney, Mayor of the Village of Palos Park, do hereby proclaim August 21st, 2022 to September 17th, 2022 as Palos Park Women's Club 120th Anniversary Month in the Village of Palos Park.
Amen.
Yeah.
So we have been reading about this occasion for months and months now, and this is not the last time we'll hear about this. Very exciting incredible contributions to our community, and we have light in Palos Park, and we thank Women's Club members, past and present, for all of their contributions to our community. And thank you for being here at this evening. This meeting. Consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are routine or are brought forward at the direction of the Board of Commissioners and enacted for motion. If discussion is desired, an item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. Item A, to approve the 2022-2023 motor fuel tax resolution for maintenance of streets and highways by a municipality under the Illinois Highway Code from May 1st, 2022 to April 30th, 2023 in the amount of $127,850. B, to approve a raffle license and manager bond waiver request for Ronald McDonald House Charities Chicago and Northwest Indiana chapter for a raffle to be held on July 20th, 2022 at Cotton Hill Golf and Country Club. And C, to approve payment invoices on the warrant list dated July 11th, 2022 in the amount of $95,896.25. Item D, to approve payment of the supplemental warrant list dated July 11th, 2022 for manual checks, payroll, current wire transfers in the amount of $324,486.09. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Hearing a motion in a second, will the village manager please take the floor?
Commissioner Polk.
Yep.
Commissioner Milovich Walters.
Yes.
Commissioner Wade.
Yes.
Mayor Mahoney.
Yes, and motion carries. Any items of old business we brought before the council? Information and updates, Public Works and Streets, Recreation Report, Commissioner Milovich Walters.
Thank you, Mayor Mahoney. I have one item on the agenda. It's regarding approving a proposal with Baxter Woodman to complete all documentation and submittals needed to complete the IEPA loan application. The village has previously entered into agreements with Baxter and Woodman Consulting Engineers to, 1, complete engineering plans to extend the water main from Holy Family Villa along 123rd Street to Bell Road. 2, to complete and update a project plan that is a necessary component qualifying for an IEPA loan. And 3, complete the engineering plans to extend the water main west of Bell Road to Cog Hill. In order to qualify for a loan on the bypass schedule after January 1, 2023, the village now needs to complete all the articles that are part of the IEPA loan application. Based on the schedule prepared by Baxter and Woodman attached, the completed application needs to be submitted in September of this year. Baxter has submitted a proposal to complete the loan application and related work at a cost not to exceed $10,920, and this agreement would cover the following items. 1, completion of the loan application and any resolutions required by the IEPA. 2, certification of property, right-of-ways, and any easements required for the project. 3, certification that all plans and specs comply with applicable rules. 4, preparation of a cost estimate in bid format. And number 5, review and the submittal of bid tabulation and necessary documentation. So, does anybody have any questions before I make a motion? This is all stuff that we were talking about months and months ago, but I'd like to make a motion to approve the proposal from Baxter and Woodman to complete all needed forms and documentation for acquiring the IEPA loan to extend the proposed water main along McCarthy Road from Holy Family Villa across Bell Road to Cog Hill property at a cost not to exceed $10,920.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Will the manager please call the roll?
Commissioner Milovich Walters.
Yes.
Commissioner Wade.
Yes.
Commissioner Polk.
Absolutely.
Mayor Mahoney.
Yes, and motion carries.
And then just a couple quick announcements. Roadway improvements, plans and specifications will be available for pickup starting Wednesday, July 13th for the Palos Park 2022 roadway and drainage improvements. Bids are due August 4th, 2022, and the recommendation for award will be brought to the August 8th meeting. Included in this year's program is the Dells area east and west of 86th Avenue, North Woodland Trail, and 83rd Avenue south of 123rd, all the way to the dead end. Our next chipper service will be August 1st, and that is a Monday. And the chipper will start on the east side of the village and will continue west until all public streets have been serviced. The list of dates for the entire season are on our website. And lastly, not this week, next week. The
Next
20th.
Thursday.
Next Thursday. Which week are we in? July 21st, Thursday at 5 p.m. It's National Hot Dog Day. Come and join us. We have musical guests called Legacy coming to play. They're like vintage rock and soul. We'll be selling hot dogs for $2 each, or a meal deal for $4 that includes a pop of water and chips with your hot dog. But come out, bring a blanket, bring some chairs, sit down and enjoy our beautiful recreational green, village green. So, and that concludes my report.
Excellent. Building and public property report. Commissioner Wade.
Thanks, Mayor. Real quick, residents who have an open building permit, please remember to call in all final inspections that may be required for your project. The purpose of these inspections is to ensure the following: project meets building codes, local ordinances, zoning regulations, and contract specifications. Monitor construction sites periodically to ensure overall compliance. Inspect plumbing, electrical, and other systems to ensure that they meet code. And issue violation notices and stop work orders until site is compliant. In terms of permits, the building department processed 18 permits from June 22 to July 5, resulting in $10,432.72 in permit fees, which brings our annual total up to $37,498, about 1.7. So keep those going. And I also have one item that I need to bring for the council to consider. The agenda matter is an authorization to issue a request for qualifications pertaining to the Palos Park Development Code update. Real quick, the background on this: the village's comprehensive plan calls for the review and update of the village's development regulations, specifically Section 9, and the implementation of the comprehensive plan calls for an ongoing review and appropriate updates of the village's various development controls, including the zoning ordinance, zoning map, subdivision regulations, and other related codes and ordinances. The Village of Palos Park has not comprehensively updated its development regulations, zoning, and subdivisions since 1960. Due to this, there are many other portions of the code that are antiquated and do not meet current standards for land use regulations or best practices. Over the years, various spot amendments have been made, which has created conflicts within the code itself, as well as complexity and lack of transparency for stakeholders, residents, contractors, developers, and staff. To address these concerns, the village seeks to work with a consultant on a process to comprehensively update the development regulations in order to provide clear zoning and subdivision requirements and suitably regulate new development. In order to identify the best consultant to work with, the village proposes to send out a request for qualification, an RFQ, which is right behind it, to various consultants that perform this type of work. Staff would then review the RFQ responses to identify the consultant best qualified for to address the village needs and recommend same to the village council. The village has budgeted $75,000 for the fiscal year 2023 for this purpose. Do we have any questions?
Just one question, Howard. This obviously would go through the plan commission as well.
Correct, yeah, any amendments to the ordinance, to the zoning ordinance would have to go through the public hearing process.
No? With that, I move to authorize the release of request for qualifications pertaining to Palos Park Development Code update.
Second.
Any motion and second? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Wade.
Yes.
Commissioner Milovich Walters.
Yes.
Commissioner Polk.
Absolutely.
And Mayor Maloney.
Yes, and motion carries. Thank you. all for you?
That is it. Yeah.
Excellent. Public Health and Safety, Commissioner Pola.
Thank you, Mayor Mahoney. We'll start with the activity report of the Palos Park Police Department from 27th of June to the 10th of July, the year of our Lord 2022. We had 1,717, magic, go play the lottery, calls for service. We wrote 4 adjudication tickets and an additional 14 for speeding violations. We wrote then another 14 traffic tickets for things that can't be adjudicated in the park. Issued 16 written and 17 verbal warnings. Took an additional case reports of number of 10. Had 3 accident reports. Arrested an adult and impounded a vehicle. Fortunately, no juvenile arrests, and performed 14 senior checks and an additional 26 citizen assists. So that's what the Village of Palos Park Police Department's been up to lately. And then just a couple of quick announcements. We have a community service officer who is an unarmed, well, there's more than one, but they're unarmed civilian employees who are under the direct supervision of the patrol and support staff. And these community service officers can respond to calls for service at the direction of the dispatcher for something that doesn't require the service of a sworn police officer. So community service officers, ours anyway, deal with activities related to citizen assists, court and messenger service, some traffic work at traffic emergencies, sometimes traffic on special functions, or fixed post duty, stray animals, and also working to increase citizen awareness of the crime prevention and community safety. So they also have office and clerical duties, but the reason I bring this up is that we'll be cross-training them for a number of other responsibilities, including overview of the rec facility building when there's no rec supervisor that's around. So if you see the car that says Community Service Officer, CSO, that's what they do. I also want to remind people that our July Coffee with a Cop is with the plush horse, and that will be at noon on Wednesday, July the 20th, so a week from Wednesday. And Investigator Ross Cheevy, there's a name that should ring a bell in Palos Park, will be our hosts. Again, I'd like to remind that you necessarily don't need to be a resident of the village in order to be able to attend, and that change can come from a single conversation. Stop by, grab some coffee, and meet some of the men and women who've dedicated their careers to serving and protecting us. And we'd be happy to see anyone there.
And Ross Cheevy is home girl.
Yeah, that's why I said it's a name that should be familiar to the Village of Palos Park. Maybe we'll play Ross Cheevy trivia when he shows up. Because Lord knows there's a few stories.
And a former police cadet.
Former police cadet, absolutely. I also want to let you guys know that the Palos Park Police Department is participating in another campaign called the Not On My Watch campaign, which is aimed at potential bigotry and intolerance. Our police officers are voluntarily taking the Not On My Watch pledge to serve faithfully and honestly without prejudice, nor will they tolerate any hate or bigotry among our officers or among our staff. To maintain the integrity of the Palos Park Police Department and safeguard the trust of the people that we serve, that activity will be reported without any question or pause. It's a simple program. We just want to treat members of the community as we would hope to be treated, with justice, compassion, and respect for the dignity of others. It's not just about policing. We work every day to try and enhance channels of communication. And we believe that these initiatives help us build and maintain trust within the community. And then finally, we've been talking about this program for the last couple of meetings, but I want to just give you a quick update about the CERT program, CERT, which stands for Community Emergency Response Team. This is a 20-hour basic course for village residents, which starts Wednesday, September the 7th, and finishes Saturday, October 29th. So the CERT program educates people about disaster preparedness for hazards that might impact their area and trains them in basic disaster response skills such as fire safety and light search and rescue, team organization, disaster medical operations, including some basic first aid. Using the training that you'll learn, the CERT members can assist others in their neighborhood or workplace following an event when professional responders are not immediately available to help. This is a program that we've been working to try and put together for the last couple of years. There was some silly viral infection going around which prevented us from being able to do it, but I'm glad that Officer Frank Flores, is the emergency preparedness coordinator for the village, and he'll be running the class. In order to be able to certify or attend the class, you should reach out to Frank. His email is fflores, F-F-L-O-R-E-S, @palespark.org. The class size is limited to 20. Registration will close on August the 22nd, and the program is applicable to anyone. However, the minimum age to participate is 18 years of age. If you have any questions, you can always holler at me or send me an email, dpolk@palespark.org, or reach out to the chief or come to coffee with a cop. We will answer all your questions and hope to see you guys soon. Chief Miller, you have anything else you'd like to add?
Nothing, Commissioner.
Thank you for your service over the holiday, and Mayor Mahoney, that concludes my report.
Thank you. Accounts and finances report. Commissioner Reed is absent this evening. He has worked with staff on these two proposals that we have for this evening's meeting. So I'm going to handle these in his stead. The first item is to approve a cash management investment policy. Currently, the Village of Palos Park does not have a formal cash management investment policy approved by Village Council. The village has a long history of managing its cash investments in a prudent and responsible manner. This policy simply formalized most of what the village has already been doing. Adopting a cash management investment policy is recommended industry best practice for local governments who save or invest excess cash balances. Such a policy provides a framework for internal controls for cash and investment-related transactions, provide parameters for managing cash investments, as well as provide a method to monitor the success of the investment programs. So we have attached a copy of the investment policy. Staff recommends that council approve the cash management investment policy as presented. Any questions?
I'll make the motion.
Seek a motion.
Move to approve the resolution 2022-R04, titled "A Resolution Approving Cash Management and Investment Policy."
Second.
Hearing a motion in a second, will the village manager please call the roll?
Commissioner Milovich Walters?
Yes.
Commissioner Wade?
Yes.
Commissioner Polk?
Yep.
Mayor Mahoney?
Yes, and motion carries. Thank you for all your hard work on the policy. Second item is related. It's to approve a contract with Premier Asset Management LLC, which is a subsidiary of First Midwest Bank. Now, I think Old National Bank has it today for investment management services.
So now,
It's still a subsidiary. Historically, the Village of Palos Park Village has held cash reserves at First Midwest Bank, Republic Bank, Illinois Metropolitan Investment Fund, also known as IMET, and Illinois funds. The village has typically earned much less than 1% investment returns on these funds, especially at First Midwest Bank and Republic Bank. April 12th, the village closed on a bond issuance 2022A, providing resources totaling $3,038,785.41 for the purposes of providing funding to repair, maintain, and improve village roadway drainage systems and other related capital projects. Village staff anticipates utilizing the aforementioned resources starting in the fall of 2022 through the fall of 2024. Due to the timing discussed above concerning the use of bonds proceeds, the village has an opportunity to invest idle bond proceeds to earn additional interest income that can be used to supplement future roadway projects. The table below is a conservative schedule of funds needed to pay for roadway improvements through 2024. Provides investment guidance for maturities, potential investments to be purchased by the village. On August 30th of 2022, approximately $1,138,785.41 will need to be available for roads on 7/1/2023, I'm assuming. Another $1 million will be needed, and then finally on July 1st, 2024, $900,000, giving you the total that I previously mentioned. First Midwest has provided a recommended investment portfolio of conservative investments that are allowable under the village's gas management and investment policy, as well as Illinois compiled statutes. First Midwest's recommended investment portfolio consists of U.S. Treasury notes, which are fully guaranteed by the U.S. government, and highly rated risk-averse corporate notes. Under this investment portfolio, the village could earn returns of approximately 2.506%, or $71,969. Leaving the proceeds in a traditional checking or savings account of Republic or First Midwest Bank would likely earn approximately 0.04% and would earn interest income of approximately $2,440. The village has been banking with First Midwest Bank and its predecessors for at least 20 years, what was formerly known as Payless Bank and Trust. The village has a great long-standing banking relationship with First Midwest Bank. In addition, the fees charged are competitive with other competitors, including the investment management advice that are used by the Payless Park Police Pension Fund. Lastly, First Midwest is dedicated to investing in public funds and understands the needs of local governments, making local governments a priority is not always important to all financial institutions. Any questions about hiring Premier Asset Management, which will also be a subsidiary of Old National? Do I would entertain a motion at this time with regard to the resolution.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the resolution 2022-R05, titled "A Resolution Approving an Investment Management Agreement with Premier Asset Management, LLC."
Second.
Hearing a motion in a second, will the manager please call the roll?
You're enjoying that, aren't you?
Other duties as assigned. Commissioner Milovich Walters?
Yes.
Commissioner Wade?
Yes.
Commissioner Paul?
Yep.
Mayor Mahoney?
Yes, the motion carries. Again, thank you for your effort, Alan, Rick, over the last few months in developing the investment policy, as well as engaging our advisor. So, Mayor's report. I don't have anything particularly on my agenda this evening, so we'll move to the clerk's report. She is absent this evening. We'll go to the manager.
I have one item for council's consideration, and that is the annual renewal of the health, dental, life, and vision insurance program for the full-time village employees. Village of Palos Park's health benefit plans renew on August 1st of each year. Open enrollment will occur following employee informational presentations, and those presentations will be held following council approval of the program plans. As we have done in the past, the village has utilized the services of the Horton Group, or broker, to assist us with insurance and employee benefits for the full-time village employees. The village hired the Horton Group in August of 2010 to assist in evaluating and negotiating the annual health care insurance. The overall negotiated price for the same plans is current for the village's health, dental, and life policies for an August 1st, 2022 renewal reflects an increase of $27,703.28, or 5.8% over last year. I'm going to skip around here just to save a little bit here. Through the villages, through the Horton Group, 5 carriers were approached, including the incumbent. 3 declined. They were Aetna, Cigna, and Humana. Quotes for the medical component of the benefit plan were submitted by 2 carriers, including our current provider, Blue Cross Blue Shield. Blue Cross Blue Shield quoted the same plan as last year, as well as some alternate plans. I'll get into the alternate plans in just a second. And the other carrier that quoted was United Healthcare, and they submitted a quote that was 33.505% over the current year medical pricing. This was $145,000 more than over the increase. The village's FY23 budget anticipated a 6.5% increase in health, dental, and life insurance premiums, and the increase sought by Blue Cross Blue Shield is well within the approved budget framework. As I mentioned, alternate health care plans were submitted by Blue Cross Blue Shield, including moving employees to a 2-tiered PPO system. Each tier's deductible and out-of-pocket costs will be based on hospital affiliation of the physicians. The projected savings are built on limiting PPO plan choices and increasing the out-of-pocket costs, and in Tier 2 the deductibles as well. It is recommended that the village introduce employees to a 2-tiered PPO program this year. Under this plan, the HMO, HSA, and the $1,000 deductible PPO plan would remain consistent with last year. It would be the $500 deductible PPO plan that would be 2-tiered. Under this scenario, the increase would be 5.79% or $25,000 for the medical component. That's about a savings of another $2,200 over what they proposed with the prior. So that's the medical component. Dental component, 5 carriers quoted, including our incumbent MetLife. The 1-year quote for MetLife has an increase over the current dental plan rate is 7%, but that 7% equates to $1,878 annually. The core life, accidental death, and dismemberment insurance policy received quotes from 2 companies, including the incumbent provider, Blue Cross Blue Shield. Blue Cross Blue Shield has quoted a 9% increase, but that's $392 annually. Just to kind of keep it in perspective. The Blue Cross Blue Shield health insurance rates are discounted on the medical component if we link these 2 plans together. In addition to the village's policy, employees are offered an optional, at employee expense, life insurance beyond the $50,000 policy. The insurance is available through Blue Cross Blue Shield with similar pricing as with the other carriers. Therefore, we're going to recommend the village's life, AD&D, and its voluntary life insurance program stay with Blue Cross Blue Shield. Employees will also continue to be offered a voluntary participation in the vision program. 5 carriers quoted the voluntary vision program. VSP, the current provider, quoted a flat rate. The other quotes received range from 5% to 21% increase. So we're recommending that the medical coverage be provided through the alternative plan design by Blue Cross Blue Shield, where the $500 deductible PPO plan is 2-tiered. MetLife for the dental coverage, remain with Blue Cross Blue Shield for life, AD&D coverage, and Blue Cross Blue Shield for voluntary life. Also VSP for voluntary vision program.
Any questions? Obviously, health insurance is a sizable expense in our budget. We have, with our staff's diligence and assistance of Horton, have been able to moderate the increases that have been put into place over the last several years. If not, I would seek a motion to approve.
So I'll move to approve the village's August 1st, 2022 annual renewal employee health care program with the following providers: Blue Cross Blue Shield for the medical alternate plan and Core Life for the accidental death and dismemberment coverage, MedLife for the dental portions of the health programs, Blue Cross Blue Shield for voluntary life insurance, and BSP for voluntary vision insurance.
Second.
Yes. Health insurance is complicated.
No, really? You should try healthcare.
It's like a mix and match here, you know, and you do all this, all that, and cook or something.
Hearing motion. Do we have a second?
Yeah, I
Second.
did.
Will the village manager please call the roll?
Commissioner Polk,
Yes.
Commissioner Milovich Walters,
Yes.
Commissioner Wade,
Yes.
Mayor Mahoney.
Yes, and motion carries.
Thank you, that's all I
And
have.
thank you for the monumental effort that goes into reviewing all the various options on an annual basis. So announcements, I have several tonight, 2 pages.
Whoa. Fasten your seatbelt.
The zoning board of appeals meeting for July 13th is canceled. We don't have any agenda items. The police pension board will hold their meeting on Monday, July 18th at 7 p.m. at the Village Hall. The July 19th recreation advisory board meeting is canceled. The next scheduled meeting is October 18th. The historic preservation committee will not meet on July 19th as there are no agenda items. The library board will hold a regular meeting on Wednesday, July 20th at 5 p.m. The Palos Fine Arts Committee will not meet on July 21st. The next meeting is August 18th. And the Planning Commission will not have a meeting on July 21st as there are no agenda items. Palos Park Public Library. The library is creating a new strategic plan to guide its priorities for the next 3 years and would like your input. Postcards were mailed to all households and businesses in the 60464 zip code last Friday. Go to palosparklibrary.org to take the survey. It will only take a few minutes and all responses are anonymous. Your feedback will help shape the future of library services for Palos Park. The survey is open now through August 12th. I would encourage all of us to take that survey and give our input. McCord Gallery and Cultural Center, donations are being accepted for the McCord Gallery annual garage sale that is taking place the weekend of July 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Donations may be bought to the McCord Gallery through July 20th. Please note clothing or electronics. For more information, contact McCord Gallery directly at 708-671-0648. Finally, as we have historically done in the past, the second meeting of July will be canceled. The next village council meeting will take place on Monday, August 8, 2023. This is the postcard. Look for it from the library. So, very excited about that. Citizens and visitors comment period. Anyone from the audience like to address the council at this time? So, since there are no such requests, I would seek a motion to adjourn at this time.
Second.
No, you got to first
Make it.
first, dude.
I was just
Oh.
letting you do it.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Yes, second.
Third.
It's a very good motion.
I have a motion and a second. Will the village manager for the final time please call the roll?
Ever.
Commissioner Wade,
Yes.
Commissioner Milovich Walters.
Yes.
Commissioner Polk,
Yeah.
Mayor Mahoney.
Yes, motion carries. Thank you all and good evening.
Be safe out there, folks.